Did you see the Charleston White fight, and were you impressed? Do you think that he could hold his own against you?
Against who?
You.
I wouldn't fight Charleston White, bro. I would hurt. Like, that ain't even, I think I wouldn't do that to Charleston White. But I respect what he said. He said, I'm open for 4 fights. You can't be no more than 130, and you got to wear a patch on your eye. I think the next dude that gets in the ring with him, that puts that patch on their eye, is going to be on and out of here.
But he didn't make Kodiak Red wear a patch.
No, he didn't, but he said that. He said his next fight, no more than 130, you got to wear a patch on your eye. The fact he got in the ring, he did his thing. They was both winded. I think he might have broke dude's nose or maybe fractured his nose. Something happened to where dude didn't want to come back out the corner.
He quit after a round and a half. I mean, you're not really used to seeing boxers just quit like that.
That's what I'm saying, but he quit after Charleston jabbed him to that nose. I think something was going on up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know he made out with his own brother, right?
Yeah, we seen all that.
I mean, I'm just saying there's definitely something going on up there. He's a different type of dude. Anyway, who in the no jumper universe could Charleston White fight? I don't think there's anyone that's like 130.
Yeah, no way.
Is 130.
Bullshit. I got the perfect fight.
Who?
Charleston, because see, people fucking with Charleston because he got one eye.
Right.
Munchie B. He ain't got no eyes.
I think he's a lot more than 130.
But if we put him in a little cage to where it's only like 3 steps each way, I think Munchie is squabbling for the right bag.
Okay.
On some real shit. Because
a cage.
Yeah, you put him like just put your like a.
I feel like that's like dehumanizing.
No, a 3x3 cage. Because when you're in the big ring, Munchie is not. It's not fair to Munchie.
Do you think it's disrespectful for me to ask a blind staff member?
No. Put the right bag in front of me.
Listen, a dog cage.
Listen, this is real shit. No trolling. I f with Munchie, but he a real homie. You put the right bag in front of Munchie and put him in an environment to where a person could only go so far, he will squabble Charleston White.
I do think the world would stop and pay attention to a blind
Munchie, and I came up with the whole idea, Munchie will squabble Charleston White. Put him in a 3x3 cage to where you can only be 2-3 steps away in either direction.
I'm tapping in with ChatGPT.
He will squabble Charleston White. It's a fact. No troll.
Blind people are not allowed to compete professionally due to strict medical requirements.
It's not professional. That's not professional.
Okay, but there can be blind boxing exhibitions and amateur matches in some countries.
It's exhibition.
Look, it's been done before. The UK charity Fight for Sight once hosted an exhibition between 2 blind men.
Charleston White only got a little bit of advantage. He only got one eye.
No, I think Munchie would fuck him up. I think Munchie would look like a beast compared to him.
Munchie B, I believe he can see shadows a little bit. I could be wrong, but him understanding, you let him go in there, right? You put him in the ring and let him box somebody to where he understands the dynamics of the ring, how big and how small it is, and I guarantee you Munchie B will get in there and squabble.
What about Unk and Munchie B? They're both kind of fried in their own way.
We ain't going for that.
You think Unk's too big?
Unk got 2 eyes. Yeah, we ain't going for that.
Well, he's got to wear the patch.
Now, if he let us put a blindfold over him, Munchie B will get in there squabbling.
I feel like a blind match would just be so boring.
No,
they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to be able to hit each other.
No, it won't, because once they find each other, they're going to lock up like 2 wild dogs.
But that's like the boring part of the boxing match is when they just grab each other and hold on to each other.
No, you got gloves. Ain't no grabbing. You can't grab with gloves.
I mean, you can try. You can like pull yourself in and kind of hit something like a grab.
But I don't know what Munchie's medical situation is. You know what I'm saying? So if it's, a lot of times when you got hit like that, you got like metal plates and shit going on. So
I'll put it like this.
I wouldn't, if that's the case, I wouldn't want to see him in there. But
the reason why this fight took place in Tennessee was because they couldn't get a boxing commission to approve of a fight with a guy with one eye. So if that was the case,
go back to Tennessee.
But do you think that they're going to approve someone with no eyesight?
If they approve him with one eye, shit, why not approve him with no eyes?
I'm just saying. I feel like they probably wouldn't. They might have to go to like another country, and at that point, I just don't think it's worth it.
You think 607 is too big for Charleston?
I feel like he's a little too like able-bodied. I feel like Unk standing next to the Island Boys, he would be significantly bigger and stronger than the Iron
If
Boys.
Unk put the patch on, I think him and Charleston might be a fair fight.
What about Charleston and Trell? They're both crippled.
Yeah. I think Charleston to beat the shit out of T-Rail.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he'll beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, leave him in the road.
Yeah, I think Charleston will whoop T-Rail ass.
Yeah. He's going down. Academics basically said that he wasn't going to go back and forth with them because it would be too beneficial for them from a clout perspective. What do you think of that move?
Great move.
Think it's fair on his part?
He's learning. I keep hearing Pun says some weird shit, but something about some big U shit.
For real? I feel like I've always seen Pun kind of decline to speak on you.
I don't know what he said. I told AD I want to go over there and I want to sit out with the whole crew.
Okay.
Have a conversation.
And tell them what? That they fucked up and they need to come back?
You want AD back? You wasn't supposed to say that, bro.
No, I actually feel like...
That's what I told you. You was going to let the cat out the bag.
Who is better than AD here and who's worse? On No Jumper.
Who's better and who's worse?
Better and who's worse? Where does AD, if you were to do your No Jumper rankings, who's above him?
AD sits on a mountain of his own. I don't think nobody's in his lane in No Jumper.
Why?
Because he's the first street dude to come in here and open the streets up in a respectful way to you.
Okay. I'm talking about like actual current podcast ability, not like their overall influence.
First of all, you don't got nobody in here that has his insight and his wits when it just common sense in the streets.
I think Brick Baby was way better. And I think you're way better.
Mind.
As a podcaster?
You got your dumb ass.
When has AD ever had a viral take?
I don't compete with my family. Come on.
When has he ever had a viral take?
Brick Baby was way better than AD as a goofy.
Can you remember anything AD ever said as a podcaster?
I remember his presence here as a podcaster.
Right, but did he ever have like a take that went viral?
His take was AD's in the building.
Right, but that
what gets bigger than that
doesn't really last forever.
I mean, you can't say that because he was here forever.
For 2 years?
That's a while.
That's a while.
It's a long time.
I'm just saying, Brick went viral over and over.
Brick was a better boy to you.
No, he's a better podcaster.
No, better boy to you.
He got
AD didn't play
way more attention during his time here. Brick went viral like every week saying something crazy.
I mean, he was here high hat out of his mind. How many times AD said in this chair?
Imagine how good.
How many times have AD said here high?
He was like blackout drunk half the time. But imagine
that's tipsy. That's not high.
No, I'm saying blackout. All I'm saying, Brick Baby being on pills, if anything, made him a worse podcaster.
Pills, powder.
Powder? What are you talking about?
Come on.
This is fake.
Come on, bro.
Never seen that.
Come on, bro.
Brick Baby, I'm just saying, he was easily better than AD. Unk's better than AD. You're better than AD. Unk
is a total. You tell him. First of all, I'm never better.
Is 4 extra better than AD?
We make each other better.
Is 4 extra better than AD?
4 extras doesn't do what AD do.
He's definitely more exciting.
I believe 4 extras could pod with AD. We can get a straight conversation.
Is Brandon better than AD?
Who?
Brandon.
At what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, I feel like I got a lot of people above him. Is Lush better than
AD? He's not in AD's lane.
Why do you have to clarify everything instead of giving an answer?
Because you're
so scared of actually having an opinion.
It's no scared. It's called let's keep it real. The same dude who helped strengthen this platform, right? Anything that come behind him can't be better than him.
Everything you're saying is just to obscure you not wanting to have an opinion.
It's because of what he brought to the table.
For some reason, the most opinionated person on the internet is scared to have an opinion about who's a better podcaster.
Listen,
weird. Why are you doing that troll act with me?
White guy.
You don't do this on
can't
Clubhouse.
Use the word,
on Clubhouse, you actually have opinions.
I'm going to be real. Yes, I'm scared, right, to cause any friction in my genuine love for somebody I consider family.
You were just claiming that he ran through a fence because he was so scared of you.
I said that to you?
No, you said that on the internet.
I said that to who?
I don't know, your phone or something?
I said that to Viral Way, right?
I don't know. So that was a black power
Our conversation ain't your conversation.
When you say it on a podcast, it really is. All I'm saying is we got to work on these rankings. The same way the UFC has rankings for all the different weight divisions, we need to work on our podcasting ratings, and we need to do it on a consistent basis.
AD and Trell are great at what they do. Now the other dude, the dude that sound like a reverse blender,
yeah,
I don't know about him.
Yeah,
and I haven't really checked Pun. I got to check Pun out. But I think Pun is just being himself. You know what I'm saying? There's no character to him. He's just being Pun.
But so you're bigging them up, but also acknowledging that Academics is doing the right thing by ignoring them because they don't have enough clout.
It's not a them. It's an Academics T-Rail thing. They pulled everybody else in. Let's just be real. T-Rail did that.
But AD was beefing with him too.
No, he wasn't.
They were going back and forth.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he said he wanted to fade. He said he would pull up 2 Jersey to fade.
AD and Ack were good. AD picked a side.
Sided with T-Rail.
He picked a side, and I feel AD should have told T-Rail, chill out. Let's get you and Ack on the phone to work.
I think AD was sick of being that guy because there was so, like, I think throughout this whole Kendrick and Drake thing, there's probably been multiple moments in which certain people over there wanted to crash out on Ack in defense of Kendrick and TDE and whatever. The West Coast.
I did it.
They didn't. They kept it all political.
You a motherfucking lie. I did it millions of times. I crashed out on Ack millions of times.
Right. But you crashing out on Ack is different because you actually have like a coherent version of speaking.
Well, I mean, we ain't talking about
T-Rail, it's all emotion. So with T-Rail, it's like he can't go at Ack because it's going to come across as hate, which it did when they commented on the day of free thing.
T-Rail, I said, Ack, why you taking it serious when he had the pom-poms on when he came to No Jumper? You know what I'm saying?
Who? Ack did?
No, T-Rail did. He was like, he thought he won the lottery. You know that.
Right.
You told me that.
Yeah, well, the title of his video was like, "My dream came true. I went to No Jumper."
Yeah, so I don't know why. And then the whole narrative of, Dave Free. Dave Free doesn't even want the world to think he was on some gangster shit with Academics. That ain't what he do. Dave Free, a businessman. He a humble dude. He ain't no street dude like that.
That's what X said, is that they basically like fucked up their relationship with him, and meanwhile Kendrick's not going to do anything for them.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's my, like, I don't even know where the whole Dave Free pump came from. Have you heard Dave Free say something?
No, he doesn't say anything.
He's not going to say anything.
To be fair, everybody in Kendrick's orbit is pretty drama adverse.
Yeah.
They don't really do too much
not everybody.
Crazy blog hype. Yeah.
They just don't talk about it.
Hitters out there.
They don't talk about it, they be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it is nothing going on for them to be about. It's not that serious.